Hello, good evening to you. It's 18:30 GMT and it's time for Key Point here on TV3. It's coming to you live from our news hub here at Desawe. My name is Alfred Okanse. Top of the bulletin this evening. 29 suspected illegal miners from Mali and Niger, aged between 17 and 45, have been remanded to appear before court on January 31 following their arrest while destroying some water bodies in the eastern region, specifically in the Atiwa Forest, what you see right behind me. We're going to get into the details of this potentially life-threatening situation in the eastern region. We have details of these illegal miners' activities right here on Key Point. Remember, this bulletin is streaming live on 3news.com and on DSTV channel 279. My name is Alfred Okanse. Welcome to Key Point. All right, so 29 suspected illegal miners from various nationalities in Africa arrested for illegal mining in the Atiwa Rainforest Reserve by a team of Forestry Commission officials and the Rapid Task Force made up of security personnel Thursday evening in the Atiwa district of the Eastern region have been remanded to reappear before court on Monday, 30th of January. Now, the Forestry Commission is saying it had information some nationals suspected to be from Niger and Mali had entered the Atiwa Rainforest and operating illegally with devices that can detect gold reserves, possibly also prospecting as well. The Atiwa Forest range contains the headwaters of 3 river systems, the Ayensu, Densu, and Birim rivers. Millions of the nation's population depend on these water bodies for their livelihoods. Now, the reason why we're going to get into this is saying that when the last tree dies, the last man dies, and to the effect that we have 3 water bodies, headwaters in that particular forest. I've been joined by Atiwa Owusu, is the Eastern Regional Director of the Forestry Commission. And Mr. Atiwa Owusu, I thank you very much for your time. Good evening to you if you can hear me.
Fine evening. How are you?
I'm doing well, but then the people in the Atiwa, and indeed those of us here, are not happy because of what's happening in the Atiwa Forest. How serious is this destruction being perpetuated by these Malians and Nigerians?
Thank you very much, my brother. You know, the reserves are there, and as usual, when we close from work, let's say around this time, everybody will have closed, and then we'll go to this place of abode. Now, this is the time that these illegal perpetrators take advantage of. I want to make incursions into the forest. These people who make the forest destructive are chase operators, illegal farmers, of late, galamsey operators, who are the illegal miners. In the case of what we are talking about, you know, Atiwa is so much of prominence, as you've indicated, as a source of headwaters of 3 major rivers, being Densu, Ayensu, and Birim.
Yes.
The people have been going there in the night without our knowledge and concern when we are asleep.
No,
and they've been going on, and they've been doing all these things at the blind side of the Forestry Commission. Now, we had to use military intelligence to detect what is going on to be able to avert their nefarious activities. No. The latest situation is that in 3 days' time, we had information that some people have gone there and that they were making skirmishes, and that they were using sophisticated weapons to detect where the gold locations are. So I also ordered my staff to go and confirm. And following the confirmatory report, I organized the military comprising the task force, comprising the military, the police, and the forestry commission staff. In fact, we have to give credit also to the local communities. They were the people who gave us the information. And I think here mention should be made of the chief of Avinasi, Nana Kodia, I've forgotten the exact name, but they all made contribution that made us get the real information. So we mobilized our forces and laid ambush. And at dawn, yesterday at dawn, we were able to round them up. And we realized through their intonations, the way they were speaking and other things, we realized that they were not Ghanaians. They were mainly Malians, Nigerians from other places like Burkina Faso and perhaps Togo. Because some were speaking Hausa fluently and they were trying to seek support for the Zongo community, especially those who were speaking Hausa and that kind of thing. So when they were brought to me, I also arranged for them to be sent to the regional police command.
Right.
Because I had already made arrangement with the regional police commander, DCOP Jinae, and he quickly also made arrangement. And now the people were handed over to the police. Their statements have been taken, and today the arrangement was that they were to be taken to the court for their statements to be taken. In fact, I've come to Kumasi for a meeting, but as far as I am concerned, that is where we are now. So subsequent developments will be made available to you on demand. But as far as I'm concerned, this is where we are.
Okay. Ms. Also, I would want to thank you. I mean, you've given enough information about what exactly you're doing about this situation, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful for your time this evening. Ms. Also is the Forestry Commission Officer in the Eastern Region, and the concentration is the Atiwa Rainforest Reserve that has been literally invaded by illegal miners. This is not a case in isolation because there are many other river bodies in this country that have been polluted by the activities of illegal miners in this country, sometimes, and most of the time indeed, led by Chinese nationals and other foreign nationals in the country. I've been joined on Skype now by the program's director of Darocha Ghana. It's actually a civil society group that concentrates on issues of forestry in this country. Darrell Bosso, I thank you very much. Darrell, good evening to you. Now, how come that Nigerians and Malians are able to get into one of the only rainforest reserves in Africa, here in Ghana? I'm talking about the Atiwa Forest. How is that the case?
And thank you for bringing online this issue. Yes, I think the issue of foreign nationals coming into our landscape to undertake activities that eventually are detrimental or destroying our natural heritage, it's becoming very, very common now. I think the situation is more an issue of compliance and an issue of monitoring to ensure that even if there is opportunity for people to have some livelihood strategies as a result of the extraction of natural resources, it is properly done and it is done where it should be, and not in areas where the laws clearly indicate that there shouldn't be any such activity. So I think that we are having all these issues because of the lapses in our monitoring and also enforcement of the regulations that's really applied to the management of natural resources in this country.
You have done quite a lot of work in the Atiwa Forest. Now, speaking to the Eastern Region Forestry Commission boss, he indicates that these persons, the Nigerians and Malians, operated in the night. Is that to say that the Atiwa Forest is without protection in the night?
Yes, Alfred, I think the concern of Mr. Atawusu, yes, the regional manager in the Eastern Region, is very true. The issue is that when it comes to forest reserves in Ghana, the protection and also the security that relates to it is not like national parks where you have 24-hour man service. I mean, making sure that the area is secured against illegal activities of poachers and other natural resource extraction activities. Forest reserves have forest rangers who, in a way, are not even armed and can only do their work during the daytime, where they do some patrols on the forest, on the boundaries. But sometimes also, because sometimes in certain cases, they also hit the ground when they are giving what you call informant information, and they go to undertake certain operations in the night to arrest cases. So I think that is what brought about this arrest of this particular mining activities in the forest reserve. But I think the issue is whether this has not been going on for a long time, which of course it has. But the fact that it is also now that they only got wind of it also attests to the fact that maybe during the day in those particular areas, they should have seen what was happening. They should have actually laid ambush. And from what Mr. Usu was saying, that's what they did eventually.
Now, but to the extent that this has been going on for a very long time, and we are now getting to hear of it after the destruction has been made, Darrell, for what it stands now, Atiwa is no more a virgin forest, is it? It has, the virginity of the forest has been broken as we speak.
Atiwa itself, as far back as it was gazetted, I mean, has experienced certain environmental changes which will not make it pristine anymore, as you say, virgin anymore. Certain parts of it are secondary forest now. Certain parts of it were also in the past. I mean, they did some harvesting of trees there, so you wouldn't say that those areas still remain virgin. But there are still some areas uphill which are still very natural. But also, I need to say that there were some early prospecting of bauxite, exploration of bauxite opportunities in the forest, which also exposed the forest to lose some of its ecological integrity. And I guess that is why there's now a national campaign to ensure that we can restore this integrity of this unique ecosystem and weed out all such illegal activities threatening to completely erode its ecosystem services and functions. So like you said, it is no more a virgin forest, at least not for most part of it.
Thank you, Darrell. Darrell Bosso is the programs director of Darocha Ghana. That's a society organization that gets into issues of forestry. Now, the reason why we're concerned is that this Atiwa rainforest until now was a virgin forest, but from the activities of these illegal miners, that is not the status again. And we speak the moment because it is a place for the headwaters of 3 water bodies that serve over 3 million Ghanaians. Densu, Birim, and the Ayensu rivers all go through the Atiwa Forest. And that's the seriousness of the situation that we're talking about as a result of the activities of these Nigerians and Malians, according to Darrell, who are also employed and led by Ghanaians, indigenes, to pollute these water bodies. I'm going to go for this quick break. When I come back, we would get into basic facts here on a key point. Stay with us.